Just look at that. Layers of strawberry sauce, fresh strawberries, meringues and cream. What's not to like? Join me today as I look at a classic English dessert that is perfect for summer. Start by preparing my strawberries, because yes, every Eton Mess has some strawberries in it. So I'm going to take half of these, roughly, just a rough half, doesn't have to be exact. So I'm going to chop them up and put them in this bowl here for later. And sugar. So we want the other fairly reasonable bits. They don't need to be too big, but they don't want to be too small either, which is not helpful, I know. However, so we're looking at that kind of size. Don't think that's helped in the slightest, but there you go. So take off all the tops. We don't want the tops. If you've got a huller, that's good. It's probably the only time you'd ever use one. So we're effectively cutting it in half and then cutting it through the middle. Once you've got your strawberries sorted, it's time to do the next bit. We're going to make a sauce for our strawberry. We're going to make a sauce for our Eton Mess. So I'm just going to pop them into here. Don't have to slice these up, but I like to cut out any bits that look a bit ropey. Pop them in. You don't just have to use strawberries for this dessert. It's up to you. You could use any particular fruit that you want, really. Banana, apricot, raspberries are always good. Blackberries would be amazing. What else? Blueberries I wouldn't go near, to be honest. I don't think they'd have the desired effect. Yeah, use whatever you want, whatever you can come up with. In fact, if you do, let me know in the comments below whether you used a different fruit and how you found it. The elite school, founded by Henry VI in 1440, is the subject of a story surrounding the birth of this particular dessert. The story goes that during a picnic or cricket match which took place at Eton College in the 1920s, a pavlova topped with cream and strawberries supposedly had a to-do with a dog, resulting in a squashed and upturned dessert, one which the cricketers were still happy to eat, and of course the boys at this refined school, where it was served from their tuck shop, during the 1930s. However, the dessert was already known decades earlier. So I'm going to add a little bit of icing sugar to this because I don't want the grittiness of granulated or caster sugar in this. And this will, excuse me, this will just melt away. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon there and pop that in. Right, try now. Oh yeah. Ah. Smells like summer. Bit of scrape down. Sorry, there's a bit on the side. I'm just checking it's sweet enough. It is. Pop my lid back on. I'm going to leave that now until I need it for my dessert, which will be later on today. Now that you've done your strawberries, it's time to do your cream. So I'm taking about half of this 600 ml pot. I'm not measuring, I'm measuring with my hands. Pop that into a mixer, or you can use it, put it into a bowl and use a hand-held whisk. It's up to you. And I'm going to add to that some icing sugar, about 1 tablespoon here. So bear with me a second. There we go, about a tablespoon of icing sugar there going in. Now you can add a bit of vanilla to this as well, which is what I'm going to do. I've got, I caught it, nearly. I've got this one. It's up to you what you use. You don't have to use vanilla. It's just if you want to. So that's about half a teaspoon, I would have said, in there. And we're going to whip this to soft peaks.
In 1886, the historian Arthur Bevan reported that an Eton mess was served to a royal garden party 3 years earlier. In attendance were Queen Victoria, her grandson Prince George, and his betrothed Prince Mary of Teck. His reference to Eton Mess au frais is among the earliest written references to the dessert. It inspired similar desserts at other schools, such as Lancing Mess, which was bananas, at Lancing College, and Clare College Mush at Cambridge University, which uses raspberries and yoghurt. Indeed, you can use whatever fruit pleases you at the time to make this dessert. There are only 4 ingredients, especially if you take the route I'm taking and not making your own meringues.
This isn't holding its form yet. I'm going to keep going. Okay, it's starting to. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Soft peaks. There you go. There's a little soft peak down the bottom. Down the bottom there. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Once you've done that, pop this to one side for a moment. I'll just take the beater off. Now, I can say, if you go too far with your cream, which can happen, put a little bit of milk in there and whisk it lightly and it should come back. Okay, just taste that, make sure it's okay. So to assemble our Eton mess, I've taken the shortcut. Why not? Because let's be fair, it has to be easy to make. So I've got some meringue nests here that I'm going to be using. If you want to make your own meringue, that's fine. In fact, the chewier the better usually. So our strawberry cooling that we made. Now you can add some liqueur to this. Cointreau would be nice. I like a bit of Cointreau, it gives it an orange taste. Or a bit of Pimm's would be nice in there. Whatever you fancy. And our strawberries. And you could macerate your strawberries, that means just soak them, in whatever you fancy. Whatever you're putting in here, you could put in here as well, just to accentuate the taste. I put vanilla extract into my cream. You could put lemon in it, you could put orange in it, you could make it your own and do whatever you want with it. So, to assemble one's Eton mess. Bearing in mind this is a dessert that was supposed to have been dropped on the floor because a dog was running around. There's no wrong way, there's no right way. I'm going to put a few of those in the bottom, a few strawberries in the bottom. There's 3 of us in the house today, so I'm going to 3 in the bottom of there. Just make it look nice. And you have to make it even because otherwise... Then some cream goes on top as best you can. Then we're going to put a bit of coulis over the top. Now, you can strain your coulis if you wish, but that's up to you. I haven't. Life's too short to strain a coulis. If you're a posh chef in a posh restaurant, crack on. If you're a home cook, don't bother. Life's too short to get rid of some seeds that you're going to eat anyway with the rest of them. It's been in the fridge for a wee while, so it's kind of setting a bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the top of there. The idea is to make it look as if it's marbled, but this is supposed to remind you of Wimbledon and summer and all the rest of it. A few more strawberries. If you like strawberries, you'll know why. And then a bit more cream. Oh, no, meringue. Don't forget your meringue, guys. I nearly forgot the meringue, the most important part. So break your meringue in. It doesn't have to be too small. It doesn't have to be too big either. And then a bit more cream on top. Dun, 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 dun. Let's cover that up. And then a little bit more strawberry just on the top to tell you what it is. And a little bit of coulis, not a lot, just enough to make it. And that is our Eton mess. Look at that. Can you see? Look at those layers. So what does it taste like? What's not to like, I have to say. Cheers. Layers of strawberries, strawberry sauce, cream, the tang of the strawberries just cuts through that cream, and the sauce just, it all just melts in your mouth and makes you think summer. Look at that. Summer in a spoonful. Try it. Cheers.
If you like what I'm doing, hit me up with a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below if you've made this, or if you've made a different version of it. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out.